For a long time, no one noticed him. Not because he was invisible, but because he was ordinary. He woke up early every morning, not with excitement, but with responsibility. An alarm, a quiet room, a tired body, and a mind full of questions. Am I doing enough? Am I too late? Why does everyone else seem to be ahead? He asked himself these questions more times than he could count. He had dreams once, big ones, but life happened. Bills replaced ideas, fear replaced confidence, and comparison replaced joy. Every time he opened social media, it felt like a reminder of failure. People his age were winning, celebrating, moving forward, and him. He felt stuck, paralyzed by the highlight reels of others while his own life felt like it was playing in slow motion. He saw their glamorous vacations, their new jobs, their happy relationships, and it felt like a direct commentary on his own shortcomings. It was a vicious cycle. The more he compared, the less he acted, and the less he acted, the more he had to compare. But here's what no one saw. They didn't see him choosing discipline when motivation was gone. They didn't see him studying late at night when quitting felt easier. They didn't see him waking up tired but showing up anyway. He wasn't loud about his efforts. He wasn't dramatic. He was consistent. And consistency is quiet. It doesn't scream for attention. It's the silent hum of a machine working in the background, a steady rhythm that doesn't need an audience. It's the decision to read 10 pages of a book instead of scrolling, to go for a run when the couch is calling, to write one more line of code before bed. These weren't grand gestures. They were small, almost unnoticeable acts of defiance against his own inertia. There were days he wanted to stop. Days when progress felt invisible. Days when it felt like all his effort was being poured into a bucket with a hole in it. The doubt was deafening. What's the point? His mind would whisper. No one cares anyway. You're just wasting your time. The discomfort of growth became less painful than the agony of stagnation. Success didn't arrive suddenly. It didn't knock on his door with applause. It didn't come with fireworks or instant rewards. But beneath the surface, a complex network of roots was forming, anchoring him, preparing him for the growth that was to come. Each tiny decision was a drop of water, and over time, these drops began to fill a reservoir of capability and resilience. He didn't realize it at first, but something was changing. His mindset became stronger. The negative self-talk that used to paralyze him started to lose its power. He learned to challenge it, to replace "I can't" with "I'll try." His discipline became automatic. Waking up early wasn't a battle anymore, it was just what he did. His confidence began to rise not loudly, but steadily. It wasn't an arrogant swagger, but a quiet self-assurance that came from knowing he could keep a promise to himself. He started speaking up in meetings, sharing his ideas not because he needed validation, but because he believed they had value. One day, something unexpected happened. Someone noticed. An offhand compliment from a colleague about his work ethic. A manager asking for his input on a key project. It wasn't because he announced his journey, but because his results started speaking for him. The quality of his work improved. The depth of his knowledge became apparent. Opportunities appeared where excuses once lived. Doors opened where walls used to stand. Projects he once thought were out of his league were now being offered to him. People he once admired from afar were now seeking his collaboration. And suddenly, people started asking, "How did you do it? When did you become so focused? What's your secret? He smiled. Because they only saw the outcome. They never saw the process. They didn't see the doubt, the fear, the lonely nights. They didn't see the alarm going off at 5 a.m. when his body ached for more sleep. They didn't see him saying no to social events to finish a course. They didn't see the countless failed attempts before the one that worked. They didn't see the sacrifices, but that was okay, because success was never about being seen. It was about becoming. He realized something powerful that day. Success is not about speed. It's about direction. Doesn't matter if you're moving slowly, as long as you're not standing still or going backward. Success is not about perfection, but about persistence. It's about being willing to be bad at something long enough to get good at it. It's about finishing what you start, even when it's not perfect. And it's not just about talent. It's about showing up even when no one is watching. Talent can give you a head start, but discipline and consistency will get you to the finish line. And here's the truth most people never hear: you don't suddenly become successful. You slowly become someone who can handle success. The struggles weren't punishment. They were preparation. The long nights taught him discipline. The failures taught him resilience. The solitude taught him self-reliance. The delays weren't denial. They were development. The time it took to get there was the exact time he needed to build the character, the skills, and the strength required to sustain that success when it finally arrived. He was never behind. He was becoming. So if you're listening to this and you feel stuck, if you feel like your efforts don't matter, if you feel unseen and heard and uncertain, remember this story. Remember the quiet work, the unseen progress. Every small step counts. That extra hour of practice, that one more chapter, that 5 minutes of meditation, it all adds up. Every quiet effort matters. The world might not applaud you today, but you are forging your own strength in silence. Every day you don't quit, you win a small but crucial battle against your former self. Success is not chasing you. It's waiting for you to become ready. It's a reflection of who you've become on the inside. It's waiting for you to build the habits, the mindset, and the character to welcome it and keep it. And one day, maybe sooner than you think, you'll look back and realize you were growing the entire time. The person you are today is stronger and more capable than the person you were yesterday. And the person you will be tomorrow is being forged in the choices you make right now. Keep going. The version of you that succeeds is being built in these quiet and seen moments. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more.